everyone. We are going to teach you a dance to Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Now, this is a dance that students in our ACT classes here in Paris have been learning, and we thought we would break it down and share it with you. So I made this dance up. I'm going to teach it to you one step at a time, and then there is a video right after this of my colleague, Erin O'Sullivan, who is our program director for ACT and one of our choreographers, and she's going to do an example of the dance for you with the music, so you can learn it with me and then practice it with her. We hope you will enjoy. You'll notice I got inspired today. I have this shirt that felt very Mary Poppins, so I decided to dress like Mary Poppins for this video. Now, at the beginning of the song, you have I should make a little interjection. So this version of the song is going to be different from the one many of you might know from the film. It has the same tune of Supercalifragilistic that you're familiar with, but there's an extra part. There is more. In this song, you are going to spell and dance the whole word. So you're going to spell every letter, and you're going to learn how to spell Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious just by watching this video and doing this dance. Now, in this version of the story, which is also the Broadway version, Mary Poppins has gone to a shop and she meets a woman named Mrs. Corey. She brings the children and Bert, and they are going to go to this talking shop to buy words and letters. Well, they arrive and Mrs. Corey says she's very sorry, but her stock is very limited. She doesn't have very many letters left and almost no words. So they look at the letters that are left and create this word of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So at the very beginning of the song, Mary Poppins and Mrs. Corey are singing and everyone is listening. So the way we have choreographed that is that you're going to practice your facial expressions. So Mary Poppins says, and let me verify my lyrics, "When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word." So while you're listening, you're going to practice your, yes, You're going to practice your reaction faces of listening to the story that Mary Poppins is telling you, right? And then she says, "A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find the way to say precisely what you mean." So you're going to be listening and like, you get very interested when she says precisely what you mean. So you're just reacting and listening through the whole time, right? Then she starts to sing, and the first time she says the word, and every time she says Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you should have a different reaction. So you should listen to it like, "Ooh, I've never heard this. What's that? Or, I don't like this word." I don't know. You can think about what is your reaction for your character that you're creating, but we want you to show us facial expressions of reacting to the song. Like, "Oh, that's a very interesting word. I don't like that. This lady's rather strange. Ooh, I don't know." Think of all the fun facial expressions you can make and create your own character. So the first time she sings it, you're just listening very closely and reacting. Then the first time that they start to say diddle diddle I, that's when the crowd or the chorus is going to start to respond. So on the first diddle I, you look at each other like, this is all very exciting, let's join, right? So it's just looking at each other. And then you have 3 more diddle I's in which you're going to be walking into your places for the dance, which means spreading out to have space to move, because we start the song in a crowd, crowding around and listening to Mary Poppins. So in this part, you're going to do the diddle I's, and then we'll go step by step through the song, and I'll just talk you through it. So you're looking at each other, diddle diddle I. Then you're walking into place, diddle diddle I, diddle diddle I, diddle diddle I. You put your hands on your knees so you're ready to listen some more, because the next part is also sung as solos. As we're listening, Mary Poppins says, "When Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice." So you're going to be listening about the Stone Age men, and when she says grunting would suffice, we're going to step to the right with our bent knees. You can see my knees are bent here. Bent knees, and we're going to be cavemen, and you go, "Ugh." So you're listening, ugh. Then we're going to listen again. If they had this word, they may have used it once or twice. So you're going to bounce, bounce, bounce. Used it once or twice. You're going to step out and shrug like, maybe, I don't know. And this time we step to the left. So you grunt to the right. You step out to the left and shrug, right? Then the next line is, I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss. So we're back here to listening. I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss. Then we're going to think about what they're telling us. So one hand here and one hand underneath. We're going to lean our heads right, left, when she says, because these Latin scholars never had a word like this. So you're going to listen, listen, listen. Okay? Then the next step is we're going to go into the chorus. So the first time we sing supercalifragilistic, we're still getting used to this word. It's rather new to us. So we're going to do a little box step. Now the way you do a box step, I've adjusted the camera so you can see my feet better. So we're going to start with a little box step. For a box step, you're going to step forward on your right, cross over with your left, step back, and step back. So you're drawing a square with your feet. That's forward, cross, back, and back. Forward, cross, back, and back. Forward, cross, back, and back. That's a little box step, which we use a lot in musical theater. So you're going to start by doing a box step. Supercalifragilistic. Now we're going to touch our knees and we're going to cross our feet, cross our knees like this. So your knees just go in and out and your hands go cross, cross. Expiali. And this time we're going to shrug, docious, like, okay, this is a strange word, but we'll go along with it. So the little box step, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Good. Then it says, if you say it softly, the effect might be hypnosis. So we're going to step and tiptoe on our feet, once to the right, once to the left, like we're listening. If you say it softly, like we're tiptoeing, then you're going to lean your head right, left, right, like, woo, I'm getting hypnotized and a little bit dizzy. The effect may be hypnosis, right? So if you say it softly, the effect may be hypnosis. Then we're going to check our breath before we speak in case it's halitosis. Now, halitosis is a disease that means you have bad breath. It's a sickness you can get in your mouth. And when you have halitosis and you breathe on someone, they're going to go, ew, you stink. So we're going to do just that. We're going to check our breath by breathing onto our hand to make sure that we can smell our breath and make sure if it's stinky. And guess what? It is. So we're going to go check your breath. You're going to breathe twice before you speak. And then when you say, in case it's halitosis, you're going to go, ooh, pee, that smells. So check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis, right? Then we have one more supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So we're going to go cross, 2, 3, 4, our little box step that we did. And we're going to cross our knees. Except this time, we're more excited. So instead of shrugging, we're going to put our feet both out. You put them both out at once, boop, like that. And your hands are just going to go out in jazz hands. So this time it's like, yay, because we're so excited, right? Yay. So let's try that last step. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So if we did slowly, the beginning until here, you're listening. So the umdiddly-lumdiddlies, you look at each other, you come back to your places. Then we're here. So you go bouncing, 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 bounce. Ugh. Da, 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 da. Shrug. Da, 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 da. Now we're thinking. Da, 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 da. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect might be hypnosis. Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So that's the first part of the song. Then we have more umdiddly-lumdiddlies. So we learned this with a partner, but since we don't have a partner, I'm going to modify it. If you did it with a partner, or if you have a brother or sister, I will teach you that part, and then I will teach you how to do it if you're all by yourself. So on the diddle eyes the second time, the first thing you're going to do is you are going to go to your partner. So there's 4 diddle eyes. The first one, you're walking to your partner. Diddle eye. Then you're going to face your partner and do a little box step. Diddle eye. Same box step that we learned. Then you're going to go down on your knees. Diddle, grab with your partner. You're going to grab one hand, 2 hands. So it goes diddle eye. Then you're going to step with your right foot and you're going to go across your partner. Now I don't have a partner to show you with, but you're just going to step like this. And you hold on with your right hands. You're going to jump, switch places with your partner, and go ta-da. So you're pulling yourself past your partner to open like this. And the other partner on this side will do the same thing. Go past your partner and open like this so that you have a big jazz hand and you're stepped away from your partner. So if you're doing this with a brother or sister or a sibling or even one of your parents at home, you're going to go 1, 2, grab, step, and ta-da, right? If you are doing it by yourself, you're going to go in marching place, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to do your box step, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go down. Then you're going to cross, right? Same step, except you're going to touch your hips, cross. Then instead of stepping, because we don't, you're just going to go 1, 2. So you're going to switch your hands, 1, 2, 1, 2, pat. So you're going to go diddle eye, diddle, and then you can just do a little jump in place, diddle eye, right? So we go da 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 da. Yes? So that's what you do if you're by yourself, okay? Those are our 4 diddle eyes in the center section. This next part of the video, Mary Poppins talks about saying the word backwards. So you're going to hear her say the word backwards and you're just going to react in shock because you can't believe that not only can she say this ridiculous word forwards, but she can say it backwards. So it's all very shocking, right? And then Michael says a bad word, which in England, if you say bloody, it's a bad word. So he says, not only can she say it, but she's bloody good. And you go, oh, and we kind of cover our mouth like, oh, he just said a really bad word. So first you're surprised she can say it, and then Michael said a bad word, right? Then we go back to listening. And in this listening, instead of just putting our hands on our knees, we're going to do a little bounce. So you're going to move your shoulders up and down, bump, 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 bump to the rhythm. And we're just going to step to the side. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm lifting my knees so you can see my knees are a little bit bent. And I'm just stepping to the side. And when you put that together with your hands, it looks like this. So you're going to do that to the music, and as they sing about when the cat has got your tongue. So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say, right? Then Bert is going to talk about the vowels and the consonants. So you're going to listen, you just bounce here, and then he says, put it in an order which is very hard to spell. And when he says very hard to spell, you're going to lean forward even more. So you've been bouncing like this, and you're going to go dun, 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 all the way down to you're bent over. You can see my back is bent, my hands are on my knees, my tushy's sticking out, and we're listening, and we want to hear what are they going to do next, because it's so shocking. Everything they've been doing is so surprising to us. So then they're going to start to spell the word, and you cannot believe it. So you're going to listen when they go S-U-P-E-R. You're going to nod your head along like, wow, okay. Then the next 4 words, C-A-L-I-F. You can put your 2 hands over your heart like, oh, this is so shocking, I can't believe it. And you keep following with your head. C-A-L-I-F, right? Now you're going to put your hands on your cheeks and come up a little bit. So each time you're coming up, you go from here to here to here, right? So now you're R-A-G-I-L. Oh my goodness, you're just watching and you can't believe it. And then they're going to go ISTICEXPIALID. And you're just going to look at somebody on one side, look on the other side. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You're just reacting. ISTICEXPIALID. OCIOUS. You're like, whew, taking a breath because you're going to try it next, right? So let's go through that little bit while you're listening to the letters one more time. So you're counting with your head, then your hand goes on your heart, then your hands are on your cheeks, and then you can't believe it and you look on either side and oh my gosh, I'm going to try to do it myself. Good. So we've gotten through the first introductory part of the song. The next part is learning to spell the letters. So we're going to start with our S. Now, you want to make sure that your S is backwards to you so that it is front ways to the audience. So if I do it so that you can see it on the video, there is your S, right? Now, you have to look at it yourself, and your S should look backwards to you, but forwards to the audience. So I'm going to come close so you can see the letters for this one. So S, U, right? S, U. Then for P, we're going to put just one hand here. I'm going to do it full body here so you can see it. S, U, P, should look like a P, E. For the E, you put one arm straight out, one at an angle, and your foot is pointed out a little so that it's almost like a little letter E here. 3 parts of your letter E. E, then you're going to keep this foot pointed and just turn back to the front so we have our curve and our letter R. So it's, again, S, U, P, E, R, right? And here from E to R, I kept this foot pointing out and I just turned. Yeah? Then we're going to go to C-A-L-I-F. So instead of saying C like the letter C, we're going to say C like I see you. So you're going to lean to one side and go C, like you're looking out to see something. C. Then for our A, you're going to point over your head like we're making a letter A. C, A, right? So you go C, A, L, right? One arm is straight up. This arm is next to my head, and this arm is straight out. C-A-L, I, you point to yourself, like me, like I, F. So on F, you're going to put one hand up and this one here. So C-A-L-I-F. Now, let me show you close. I have 2 fingers up like this and 2 fingers like this. This is my letter F, right? So that you go from I to F, okay? So it looks like this. C-A-L-I-F. Then we're going to do an R again, but this time we're going to make a lowercase r. So we're going to put one hand here, right? So we look like the straight part and the curvy part of a lowercase r. R, and this time we're going to make an A with the bottom part of our body. So we're not going to put our hands up. Instead, we're going to put our hands down, like I'm making a letter A here because it kind of looks like a triangle. So we go R, A. Now G is kind of funny because it's a funny shaped letter. So we're going to put one leg on your knee like this. So if you see, I'm making a little, let me show you with my skirt. I'm making a little shape there with my skirt. So that's our G, and your top hand is curved. Yeah? So it goes like this. R, A, G, I, L. Now, we're going to bring these hands around so this hand comes down and around, this hand comes down and around. You're going to slap your thigh so it goes I-S-T. So your hand goes here, this one comes around and makes the top of the T, this one comes around and makes the bottom. And so it's one hand is moving to here, the other one is moving around to there. So when we do it together, you go I-S-T. Yes? So let's put the R-A-G-I-L-I-S-T together. So R-A-G-I-L-I-S-T. going to do a little jump, and you're going to jump with your feet going out, in, just like that. Out, in, very quickly. And your hands come up in a cross. E-X-P. So you make sure on the letter X, your hands are here, and you jump out. E-X-P. Quick little jump. Don't jump too big, or you won't get down in time and be ready for the next step. We have to move quickly in this song because it goes rather fast. So we did I-C-E-X-P. Then we're just going to count out the syllables. I-A-L-I-D. Counting out the letters for this next part. I-A-L-I-D. So I'm just tapping my two fingers, making a syllable, and tapping them on my hand. I-A-L-I-D. Then on O, you're going to kick your leg forward and go like this. Which, look, this makes an L. The top of my body is an L. So we go O, like we're having fun. O. And then we're going to go C-I-O-U-S. So we're going to say C-I-C-O-U-S. Back to the same S as the beginning. Okay? O, you go O-C-I-O-U-S. Right? U to the S. The same steps we've done. O-C-I-O-U-S. It's very tricky, even for me, and I've been doing this since the beginning. So I'm going to go through the letters very slowly with you so that you can practice them one more time. So let's go from the beginning. So you have your letter S. That's our first letter. S-U-P-E-R. C-A-L-I-F. R-A-G-I-L. I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D. O-C-I-O-U-S. Good. So once you've gotten through that, then they sing S-U-P-E-R, C-A-L-I-F, and the two groups alternate on top of each other. So we're not doing any choreography for this. We're just bouncing because it's hard enough to remember when to sing. So they go S-U-P-E, S-U-P-E, C-A-L-I, C-A-L-I, and the groups 1 and 2 practice singing those songs. So if you're doing this with a partner at home, with a sibling or your parent, you can choose who's group 1 and who's group 2. Group 1 sings and group 2 does the echo. So they each sing, and then when you join together at the end, E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D, you go back to doing the dance at that part, because that's when the two groups join back together. So you go S-U-P-E, S-U-P-E, C-A-L-I, C-A-L-I, R-A-G-I, R-A-G-I, I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P, I-A-L-I-D, O-C-I-O-U-S. That part's a little bit slower. Now we're going to get to our last chorus of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So this is the last time we're going to sing the chorus. So this is the last supercalifragilistic. We're very excited. The energy has built the whole song, and now we're going to put all of our energy into it. So it's going to be a little bit bigger and a little bit faster, but I will teach it to you slow. So you're going to step across, back, and back, just like we did, but this time instead of crossing with your hands, you're going to cross with your feet. So you're going to go cross, cross with your feet, and you just jump across. 1, 2, right? So you're going to go, and then you're going to go, ta-da, with a big jump step. Boom, with your hands sticking out as much as you can. So it looks like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You just kick your leg out, boom, like you're having a lot of fun. Good. Even though you put one heel out, the sound of it is something quite atrocious. So you just go 1 and switch, then fast, fast, fast. So 2 slow and 3 fast. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Then we're going to bend our knees. You're going to pat your knees, listen up to one ear, pat your knees, listen up to the other ear. If you say it loud enough, then we're going to do our little hitch kick. So you're going to go, knees are going to bend in and out, and switch. And your hands just pump up and down like this. You go 1, 2, 3. Only 3 times. If you do it 4, you won't be ready for the next step. So you just go 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll always sound precocious. And on shus, you're standing nice and tall, ready for the next step. Then the same thing we did before. Supercalifragilistic. But then we have a pause. And Jane and Michael say supercalifragilistic. So you just put your hands on your knees and you listen. Okay? So then we're going to do it one more time, but slow. Supercalif. Then we're going to cross our feet. Fragile. You're going to put one foot over, tapped here, and we're going to do a little twist around. Listic. Twist around in a circle. So that's just a little cross, spin around, and you switch your feet. So slowly. Supercalifragilistic. Then we're going to put our hands up. Expialidocious. And now normally we do this in a big group. If you're doing it with family or friends at home, you put your hands on each other's shoulders so that one hand touches the next person's shoulder right here, because we're about to do a kick line. So if you have friends, you can do it that way. If you're by yourself, you can just put your hands on your hips. So we'll go supercalifragilistic. XP. You march in place. Ali. And then we're going to do do. Shus. You're getting ready. Getting into your place, because then we're going to go supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So the last one, you just jump, and you put your hands up like we're all having a good time. So let's just review that last section together. So the last time we do supercalifragilistic, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic, 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 expialidocious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So now you have learned the whole song step by step. Now you can click over to the next video and watch as Erin teaches you and goes through the whole song with the music so you can practice it like that. If you really enjoyed doing this video, you should consider signing up for ACT. We have regular classes if you live in Paris. And if you don't live in Paris, during this period of isolation, we are going to offer more content, classes, and a digital theater camp, which you can do every day, especially because in Paris, we are about to have a vacation coming up for 2 weeks, where if school's not in, parents are going to need something to do to entertain their kids if you're still in isolation. So what we are going to offer you is some more classes like this, where every day the kids can learn material, put it together in a video format for a production or performance via video at the end of the week. We will give you more information about that later, but we certainly hope to see you again. Bye!